With only 2 episodes left, we are now on the cusp of the Bachelorette finale. And while the outcome of the season and who will be the last man standing for each of our leads seems pretty much set in stone, trust me, based on this latest preview, this season is anything but settled. And with the footage we're seeing, plus some of the news that's come out lately, this could actually be one of the wildest or worst endings ever. So buckle up, this is gonna be quite the ride, and even though we're right at the end, please, no posting any blatant spoilers in the comment section below unless they've been sleuthed out, and a link to the full preview is in the description.
This is actually crazy. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to leave here.
Okay, pause. So this ending is going to be chock full of mess. Like, I wish I could tell you that these 2 moments that start off the preview are going to be the most dramatic parts of the finale, but I actually don't think they will. Even though this seems to be Gabby and Erich's relationship potentially falling apart, and this is a moment we sleuthed out was a breakup with Aven that looks pretty devastating. Not to mention there's also that final 3 rose ceremony with Zach that's still to come, which is actually coming up next in the preview, so let's head into that.
For people who say that they care about me to question my character, it's really disappointing.
This is straight up shattering everything that you promised me.
Alright, pause again. So before we get into this shot, right before it, we have Rachel at her final 3 rose ceremony, disappointed that someone has called her character into question, who of course has to be Zach. It's a foregone conclusion at this point that Zach will be leaving immediately after this conversation with Rachel, but I'm very interested to see what Rachel has to say in response to Zach's claims that she said he wasn't ready for marriage in the fantasy suite, cause at this point we've only heard his side, one that also might have been edited by production to position him for a potential Bachelor push. His edit and the way they string together this rose ceremony will be really telling next week, cause as I see it, from this season at least, he's the only guy I could see production eyeing for the role. Not Nate, who by the way might be seeing someone anyways, and definitely not Jason. Plus, that would mean Uncle Pat could come in and host a group date. I don't know, if I'm putting myself in production's shoes, it feels like the options are Zach or someone from Paradise. But hey, sometimes these decisions come out of left field and are void of logic, so I'll leave my speculation at that. But heading back to this shot, I just want to take note of it for now, especially what Rachel says here, quote, "This is straight up shattering everything that you promised me." Now, while we can't identify the location of this moment right now, we'll get a better picture of it later on. And this might be the moment that's truly the messiest of the whole season. Moving on.
Breathe, okay? We're okay.
The most emotional and unpredictable season finale of all time begins.
There's no way this works out. Please just get me out of this. Let me out.
Alright, and we're getting more pieces of the puzzle for this messiest moment of the season. Because Tino here saying there's no way this works out, get me out of here, is in a setting that doesn't feel like the Mexican resort they're at now. Compare the area here to the one in this shot that we talked about last week is with Gabby and her aunt. That'll be from the day that Erich goes to meet the family. But I have a lot more to say about this shot with Tino and this whole moment once we get closer to the end of the preview, because there's a lot more to add to it there. So, once again, let's keep this in our minds and continue on.
We are literally about to engage tomorrow to our dream guys.
Literally dreams.
Will Gabby and Rachel both find the love they so deserve?
I'm like really thankful that it's just us.
Okay, I wonder how this finale would have gone down for Erich if Jason had stayed to the end. I mean, he's still talking about how relieved he is that it's just him. Feels like he would be a wreck otherwise. So, in finale tradition, this is where we'll see Gabby and Rachel's final men meet the family. For Gabby, of course, it's just Erich. For Rachel, it will be Aven and Tino, filmed on separate days. And that is coming right up.
You think he's ready to get that underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love her. I want the best for her.
If you think you know what happens,
We have a problem.
guess again.
He was unsure there would be an engagement.
So someone is apparently thinking there's not going to be an engagement. Now, the way these shots are set up is very misleading. First off, remember that the Meet the Family moments are filmed on separate days. So we can use this shot of Rachel and Tino's day to mark down Rachel's outfit here, then cross-reference it with this shot of her in this outfit with her mom. Then we can use this shot to note that what Rachel's mom is wearing here is different than in this shot where Rachel's friend Nate, who we met at Rachel's hometown date with Clayton, is describing someone being unsure there would be an engagement. So the immediate implication is that if Rachel is in this outfit with Tino, this moment then has to be from the day with Aven, so Rachel's mom in this outfit must be from the day with Tino. Thus, it's Tino who's the one who's unsure of the engagement. However, that's not quite the case, because there is some very fancy editing going on right here. Editing that makes me confident that Nate is actually talking about Aven in this moment. So this all started when a viewer from my live chat pointed out the similarities between this furniture piece in the background of this shot with Nate and the one here with Rachel's dad, Tony. It even has the same glass piece with gold here and then here in the other shot. And that leads me to believe that this is actually the exact same location, same spot on the couch, just from different days and reversed in order to make it look like Nate is talking to Rachel's parents on the day that Tino is there. Here, let's take this image with Nate and then take this one with Tony and reverse it. Notice the similarities. The furniture piece, this glass piece, the plant in the background, this brown seat right here, even the corner of the couch with a gap in between it and Tony. Now let's head back to the shot with Nate. Same furniture pieces, same plant, same brown seat, same couch with the gap. Those tricky editors reversed one of these shots to fool us, but the man that Nate is talking about is definitely Aven. Something we'll get to see more of just ahead.
I think you should definitely kick him in the. You don't deserve this.
You changed your story so many times. I'm done.
I know that there's still somebody involved in this.
Why are you yelling at me?
Alright, pausing here because this seems to be from the day where Aven meets Rachel's family. Check out Rachel's earring and orange outfit, matches what she's wearing from this moment with her mom. So it appears as though this is the fallout from Nate's revelation about Aven and the engagement, which is likely going to snowball into this other moment from before where the two seem to be splitting up. But before we continue on, I'd also like to point out this moment where Gabby tells Rachel to kick a field goal straight into some guy's goalpost. If we check Rachel's shirt here, it matches what she's wearing in this shot from this non-Mexico moment with Tino. Basically what I'm trying to say is, I hope Tino's wearing a cup. But we'll get to all that later, so continuing on.
You told me things and then you went back against what you said. I want this to work. I've given him nothing but the best.
So here is that Aven breakup moment, and just like they tried last week, they inserted Zach as a fake out. However, we know that Zach won't be lasting through the next rose ceremony, and we can even see that Zach's shirt here is the same one from his fantasy suite last episode. This moment will be with Aven, he will head home, which leaves just Tino. Moving on.
I want to date you. Getting engaged before that happens is not how things usually go.
I'm so sick of this. What am I supposed to do? Walk away because he's not ready to propose?
And here's the Erich drama for the end of the season. With only one man left, the storyline for the finale with them is going to be, will Erich propose or not? My inclination is he will. I'm just going with the odds here. Most of the time these shows, especially The Bachelorette, end in a proposal. We saw last week, and we'll see it again at the end of this preview, that there is final rose ceremony footage with both Rachel and Gabby. And while this section seems to indicate that Erich wants to leave in a relationship and not engaged, I think he'll sooner get down on one knee than risk Gabby leaving. Same goes for Tino, but it's what happens after the show that puts everything into question. And no, I'm not just talking about this stuff with Tino and Rachel, but let's finish off this preview and then get into all that.
Makes me feel that I'm unlovable.
You're lying straight to my face. I want an answer for why you did what you did.
The shocking live finale of The Bachelorette.
So there the preview ends, on Rachel demanding an answer on why someone did what they did. That person being Tino. Note, once again, Rachel's outfit here, that matches this one from before, and also from the moment where Gabby tells her to stomp his grapes. And this is definitely not Mexico either, so it would have to be from after the show. Most likely a safe house visit, the secret visits that production sets up for the lead and their final pick, where they get to spend time together in secret while the show is still airing. So certainly Tino and Rachel leave the show together, which means they also likely get engaged. However, with this comment, Gabby's comment, Tino begging to get out of there, and the comment from earlier where Rachel said, "This is straight up shattering everything that you promised me," yes, a promise, like an engagement, might be broken, and we might be seeing a breakup unfold like Hannah Brown and Jed, which normally would leave Erich and Gabby to be the happy ending storyline for the season. But with the latest news, I don't know if that's going to be the case, because this news has to be addressed at the After the Final Rose. As, last night, a Reddit post was made that included photos of Erich from his yearbook in blackface. Flat out, this is in no way okay no matter what, no matter when it happened. I am begging ABC to not sweep this under the rug. This needs to be brought up at the After the Final Rose, acknowledged and called out. This also needs to be brought up now by Erich and not have it drag out like what happened with Rachel from Matt James's season, even if he's caught up in contracts that limit his control over what gets posted during the season. And when this is brought up, it can't be brushed off with a short apology. It is all around horrifying that Erich would do this not that long ago when he should absolutely know better, that someone was also comfortable taking this photo, and that it was published in a yearbook and approved by faculty. Be it 10 years ago, 20, 50 years ago, any time, this is not okay. ABC, Erich, the AFR's live, do not sweep this away. So that's it for this preview breakdown for the Bachelorette finale, part 1. Thanks for watching. I really hope we'll see everything addressed at the After the Final Rose, and until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
He was unsure there would be an engagement.
I think you should definitely kick him in the. You don't deserve this.